I tell a common story of a time when I was presenting, it was online.
Right.
There's 150 people on the call.
Yeah.
And everything's going well.
Yeah.
Until that one guy who I know is a senior leader shows up, and immediately I start to freak out in my brain. And at the end of the presentation,
Yeah.
we have a debrief with my colleague Natalia, and she's asked me, what happened?
Yeah.
And I told her, well, the senior leader showed
She
up.
showed up, yeah.
She said, you should never put people on a piedestal because they're leaders. They're just as you. And
So
especially
true.
in a room where they're there to learn from you,
Yeah.
they should be more nervous than you.
That is so true. We all do that though. So what's a good tip? What do you tell yourself when you're in that moment? What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Soul Searching, where we go on a run to discover people, places, and the stories they tell. So let's go. What's happening, everyone? Welcome to another episode. And you know how you've ever felt those butterflies when you're just about to go in front of someone and have a speech in public? Well, I definitely have. And I figured, let's talk to someone who is a good public speaker. So today we have someone who I think is one of the best public speakers that I know of in person. And he's not just a public speaker, he's also a coach who trains others to speak better in public. Not just that, but be a better leader, work better in teams. And so I figured, why not go and learn more about the art of public speaking and get to know him more as well. He's also an avid runner, so there's going to be a lot of great advice about how to kind of learn public speaking with some analogies of running as well. So hopefully you'll learn more about it. So without further ado, let's welcome Boyan. Hey Boyan, how are you?
Hey, hello everyone. Thank you so much for that introduction.
Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking the time. And do you want to tell them where we're going? I know there's.
Oh yeah.
We usually go somewhere when we run. So, and usually it has to do with the person the guest we have. So, where are we going today?
So I was raised in Montreal since the age of 4, and the neighborhood I grew up in is Snowden. So when Raj asked me, where do we run? And so I told him, let's go to the oratory, my sacred place where I recharge and get that spiritual energy. So that's where we're going. Stay tuned.
That's right. And I've never been, so I'm super excited to actually go and find out more about it. And we're going to talk a lot about it. He's also a facilitator, so we're going to talk about facilitation. We're going to talk about training design and a lot of other things. But super excited. And so let's go on a run.
Let's go.
Got some amazing background music to start the run. All right. Well, thanks again for taking the time, Boyan. As I mentioned at the beginning, I'm very excited to dive deeper into public speaking, but I want to kind of set the context as to why I'm excited. As it happens most of the time, it usually is because of a conversation that we have had during a run, and we did have a conversation about a story you told me about how you got started, and we had to do something about a hotel and working at a banquet, of all the places that you could think of about getting started in public speaking. That really intrigued me. So let's start with that. Let's tell that story. I want to hear more about it. We all want to hear more about it and how you got started into public speaking.
Absolutely. This is the genesis. This is the story of how I started in this world. And here comes the background rhythm. And so it was October 2015, and I was just freshly graduated from Concordia in Vietnam, and I had some experience in sales, and I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do with my career. So here I was working at a hotel as a banquet waiter, and I would overhear some inspirational messages in the conferences I would help to set up. And one day I just started my shift and I saw the door was open.
Okay.
I said, this is my moment. Let me see if the facilitator or the organizer is there, and just start the conversation. I peeked in, literally.
Peeked in.
So I walked in, he was there, and I approached him. I just said, hey, how's your session?
Yeah.
And immediately we sparked a nice connection.
Okay.
He started to tell me how it went.
Yeah.
And then I had that burning question on my lips. I said, I'm really curious, how did you get to do what you do?
Yeah.
And to my surprise, Paul Morris, the person I was talking to, started to reveal all of the things that I needed to do in order to be where he's at.
Okay. Oh, who is that? So, just for our context,
Yeah.
who's the person again?
Paul Morris is the organizer, and he was there. He was leading a session.
Okay.
And back then, I had no idea of what was facilitation in the
Right.
first place.
And this was
2015.
2015. Okay.
So he started to lay out the 4 things. He
Okay.
said, you need to know how to speak in public.
Okay.
And at that moment, I froze a little bit and told myself, I need to work on that.
Okay.
The second piece was, you need to read body language.
Okay.
You need to know when people are disengaged and what to do to shift their attention back to you and back to the content.
Okay.
So definitely was an area of improvement for me.
Okay.
The third thing he mentioned is you need to have some business experience.
Okay.
And I mentioned I had some sales experience.
Yeah.
And so that was good. Check. I got that.
Right.
And the fourth piece is you need to have some kind of education in business.
Okay.
So I mentioned the bachelor's in administration. So 2 out of 4 I had. Now I was clear on
Yeah.
what I needed to do next in my journey. So we
So-
exchanged contact, and
So let's pause
Yeah.
there for a bit. So you said 4 things. 2015 Boyan, how good of a public speaker was he? Because I'm like trying to figure, like for all of us who are not as great, one of the things that really intimidating is how to get started, right? And like kind of
Right.
assess yourself when you are starting out. So how would you assess yourself?
well, I believe that when we're in the right environment, we show up at our best.
Right.
And so growing up, I must say that I was not always in that best environment.
Okay.
Boys being boys, picking on each other.
Yeah.
And me being the quiet guy, or at least the most sensitive.
Yeah.
And letting just those words pass over my head.
Yeah.
To a point where it started to impact me personally. I started to feel that my confidence was decreasing.
Yeah.
So every time that I spoke, I was really self-conscious.
Okay.
I would think to myself, am I making sense? Am I clear on what I'm saying? And so I had that voice
Yeah.
that was on top of mind constantly when I was speaking. And that was really distracting
Okay.
and challenging for having conversations more than just a couple seconds.
Okay, so you exchange contacts. So it's a very unplanned meeting, right? Like very unplanned. It just happened to you. Where do you go from there?
Yeah, well, we exchanged contacts, and a couple months later, I see this email.
Yeah.
Bilingual support facilitator needed.
Okay.
And immediately I jump on the opportunity. There was a session in Montreal and one in Toronto.
Yeah.
And they were running it with, we're talking 100 people, 300 people.
Yeah.
Very large sessions.
Yeah.
And so they needed a lot of bilingual staff.
Yeah.
And so he reached out to me knowing that I'm in Montreal.
Okay.
And the company's based out of Ontario.
So he reached out.
He reached out and
Right.
he said, hey, do you have any interest in this?
Right.
And not only I replied with yes, absolutely, I'd be thrilled to do it.
Yeah.
But I tagged along a bunch of my friends who were in Montreal, so they had a lot of staffing for free coming from me. So
So it became a day trip,
yeah,
a friend's day out.
yeah, it was great.
So how did that go, and how like did that lead to something?
Absolutely, it led to that first experience of being in a room
Okay.
with participants and a main facilitator, and I was amazed
Okay.
by this main facilitator. And at the moment, oh yeah, his name is Todd. Wow, Todd was the facilitator that I looked up to back in 2015, and I said, only if one day
Yeah.
I could be as fun and entertaining as he is, I would be absolutely amazed. So he had an amazing impact on me.
Yeah.
He was both funny and also relevant for the business people in the room.
So shout out to Todd.
Shout out to Todd, yeah, absolutely.
But that was your first ever experience of facilitation, and you'd never really actually experienced it.
Yeah,
Right.
I had no idea what facilitation was.
Right.
I knew what a speech is, sure.
Right.
But facilitation was foreign for me.
Right. And so you go back home. What are you thinking?
Wow, I'm thrilled. That was the session in Toronto.
Yeah.
And there's one coming up in Montreal, and now we're going to be delivering to 300 people.
Yeah.
And I'm already promoted from a regular banker because it's an experiential learning activity.
Right.
Where we're actually mining gold in the desert.
Yeah.
And we're bringing all these participants to plan ahead, to
Right.
draft the best approach to
Yeah.
mining as much gold and coming back alive.
Yeah.
So most leaders are like, hey, we got this.
Yeah.
We plan every day. It's part of our
Yeah.
day-to-day business activities.
Yeah.
We got this. We're going to win it.
Yeah.
And so the energy is absolutely amazing. People are having an amazing time. And I'm seeing the experience land so deeply because people don't realize, but when they are in a different setting, let's say with their run group or playing a Monopoly game,
Yeah.
or experiencing something different like that experience called Gold of the Desert King,
Yeah.
they behave in their natural ways.
Okay.
They're not filtering, they're in the moment trying to win.
Right.
So their by default behavior shows up more naturally.
Interesting.
And the amazing part was to see the debrief from the facilitator, asking questions like, if you had to do this game again, what would you do differently?
Okay.
So now we're starting to think about all the areas of improvement.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have planned more ahead. Oh, we maybe should have talked to the wise guy and gotten some information about which path to go.
Okay.
And so already we're connecting
Yeah.
thoughts with what happens in the game,
Yeah.
and now what happens in the real world.
Yeah. Why would I want to go to a facilitation program? What are some examples where I would want to go, and what can I learn from it?
Yeah, big organizations have budget around developing their leaders.
Okay.
And so when the organization is thinking about strategies, let's say we want to implement a new technology.
Yeah.
And in order to implement that technology successfully,
Yeah.
we need to have leaders who are great coaches.
Okay.
Because the people now are going through change,
Right.
and the leaders need to be behind them, supporting them,
Right.
and empowering them
Right.
with thoughtful questions.
Okay.
So these are just some examples of what the company is looking to shift as a behavior.
Right.
From a fix-it mentality
Okay.
to a sit and listen,
Yeah.
and get the other person to figure out what's the logical next step,
Right.
and as a result, build their accountability and free up the time of the leaders.
Interesting. All right. So coming back to you, so you attend the sessions, and you've kind of now got a good, well, you've got a good idea of what facilitation is. And how does it, from there, like, how does it align with your initial motivation? Because your initial motivation was to get better at communication, become a better communicator. Like, what do you do from there?
Right. So as mentioned, the first thing that I said that I needed to work on was my public speaking skills.
Right.
So it was a great opportunity for me to facilitate, to lead a team,
Right.
and to showcase that I have leadership skills.
Right.
And actually the leadership skills is what helped me land the next gig,
Okay.
which was to lead Tim Hortons leaders
Okay.
from all levels, from management to those who work in the headquarters. So
So you did a big facilitation program for Tim Hortons.
exactly, and
Right.
that initial gig that I mentioned in Montreal and Toronto was actually us showcasing what experiential learning can do
Yeah.
to the senior leaders.
Right.
And so when the senior leader are bought in, now we can roll it out to the rest of the leadership.
Right.
So talking about leadership experience, public speaking was important for me because I knew that, okay, I'm leading groups.
Yeah.
I need to be able to communicate concisely, clearly, confidently.
Right.
And so that's why I joined Toastmasters
Okay.
in 2015.
Okay. So that's a big turning point. That's the other turning point that comes in the journey, right? So
Yeah.
how does Toastmasters happen?
Well, Toastmaster happened even before that. I was
Okay.
always keen to search groups to connect. I'm someone who loves connecting with people, and so
Right.
I would go on Meetup and look for groups, and Toastmaster kept on coming up
Okay.
until one day,
Through social circle, like different
exactly,
people. Yeah.
just decided to join
Right.
the one in HEC and just fell in love with the people.
Okay. And so so it kind of overlapped the two, and so you were already doing Toastmasters alongside. Now the world of facilitation kind of gave you a bit more of a exposure to what else can be done in that
Exactly.
role, right?
Because quickly in that journey, when I got the job, and I was super thrilled to be named the greenest facilitator and been giving a chance essentially from a guy who they didn't know, who just happened to be at the right place in the right time.
Right.
And what I quickly realized was facilitation is not about pushing content.
Yeah.
It's about getting other people to get to important insights from them. Shift in behavior starts with a shift in mindset.
Yeah.
What makes you do something one way is essentially the key to behavior change.
Okay.
We're really interested in the motives behind, the psychology behind why we do things in a certain way. And by letting them experience it by themselves, it's much easier for them to acknowledge it. Hey, you know, I have areas of improvement.
Yeah.
And now we can work on, okay, where can you improve this, in which context, and what would be the result when you do? So having those deep, insightful conversation in a group setting,
Yeah.
getting people to own up to, oh, this is the thing that I need to do differently.
Tell us more about Toastmasters. Like, when you go to a Toastmasters thing, what can you expect? What is a newbie expected to see at Toastmasters?
Yeah, okay, so if you're looking for a safe environment to practice
Yeah.
the art of public speaking, Toastmasters is a great foot in the door.
Yeah.
So you're out there in a community, exposed with other people who are actually there for the same reason.
Yeah.
They want to become more confident, they want to be clearer,
Yeah.
more concise.
Yeah.
And so we're all together for the same purpose.
Okay.
And so that safe environment, we're turning left here.
Okay.
That safe environment is very helpful. Let's go.
Okay.
Is very helpful for
And
people
so
to
regardless
grow.
of your level, right? So
Regardless of your level, and of course, that's why when people approach me for coaching and we're chatting,
Yeah.
I lay it out. I say, you know, Toastmasters is a great option.
yeah.
Now there are pros to it.
Yeah.
It's accessible. You are with a community,
Right.
and you get to practice, and over time you get better.
Right.
But the con is, it's a little bit of a you never know who you're gonna get type of game, because
I see. Okay.
you're not going to an actual training provider who has a whole certification process behind
Right.
to qualify the people who get to train people in front of the room.
Okay. Right.
And it's similar to the run clubs. If you're watching this and you're part of a run club,
Yeah.
you know what it is to run with a community versus to run with someone like Coach K, who's
Very-
an actual
very experienced, yeah.
runner,
Right.
and has a lot of knowledge behind
Right.
why we should run a certain way to actually achieve our goals.
Right. Right.
And it's similar in public speaking coaching. You can work with someone who has a lot of knowledge because of their experience,
Right.
or you can work with other people who are still figuring it out in the process. Nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Both are very helpful.
Okay. Oh, we're running. I guess this is about running, so we are running still. I keep forgetting that sometimes. But yeah, it's your happy place. Tell us more about why this is your happy place.
Well, every spiritual location has something special about it.
Yeah.
There's the history, as you mentioned. There's just the space.
Yeah.
We're in awe in front of things that are bigger than ourselves, and
Yeah.
that's the whole idea of spirituality, that there's a creator, there's something bigger than us
Yeah.
that's driving us forward. So it gives us an occasion to pause and reflect on our lives
Yeah.
and just appreciate the beauty.
And as we usually do on our runs, we usually go to somewhere that our guest takes us. And today, Boyan took us to St. Joseph's Oratory of Mont Royal in Montreal, Canada. And it is actually Canada's largest church and is a major site of Catholic pilgrimage. I think it was founded in 1904. And yeah, I mean, pilgrims from around the world come here. They are known to climb the stairs on their knees as part of the tradition. But yeah, an absolute architectural marvel. It is also known to house one of the world's largest organs, as in the instrument, with more than 5,000 pipes. Yeah, crazy stuff. But it also is one of the best spots to see the sunset in Montreal by far, as you saw here. So definitely check it out. I had a great time, and thank you, Boyan, for taking us here. Well, this reminds me. So you're from Montreal, like you. Yeah, since you were a kid, I guess, right?
I was born in Bulgaria, and I was raised in Montreal since the age of 4.
Nice. So you consider yourself a Montrealer?
Yeah, I used to grow up over there in Saint-Antonin. It was the elementary school.
That's like the Snowden area?
That's the Snowden area, and right here we're around Côte des Neiges.
Yeah.
And it's considered one of the most multicultural neighborhoods in the city. So growing up...
Is it so it's not, unlike maybe Plateau, it's not super French, it's very diverse?
It's very diverse, yeah.
Interesting. And I mean, that also reminds me, you're very bilingual. Speaking of the topic on hand, you're very bilingual, right? And that's one of the things, I think, at least for me, that's what attracted me to the city. It's the bilingual nature of it, and just how it challenges you to think differently, because every language challenges you to think differently, I guess, right? So,
yeah, they say that when you learn 2 languages, your brain works in different ways, and it actually helps you to learn better.
Yeah.
So when you're learning a new language, you're doing exercise for the brain, and that makes you more agile, more witty, and so that's definitely a plus of having those 2 languages.
Yeah. Has that helped you on the topic of speaking, like being bilingual? How does that help you, or sometimes not help you when it comes to becoming good at public speaking?
Well, it's a choice, right? With languages, and I chose early on to pursue English as a second language.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy I did, because now it opens doors internationally. I feel comfortable, and I can better connect with people in English as well as in French.
Yeah. And the reason I ask is because you mentioned, how you say jokes and certain references that you can make in a certain language, it doesn't work in the other language. Has it happened to you, like when you're like speaking in public and suddenly you're like thought of something that probably makes more sense in French, but you can't use it?
Well, a mentor of mine, Mo Poirier, who really taught me the art of facilitation, encouraged me to be authentic and to bring that Boyan, who is actually bilingual, to the room, and just make a little bit of fun around it, like, hello, bonjour. I'm talking to an English audience, but they know that I'm from Montreal, and that already breaks the ice and makes them feel like, oh, there's more to that person than just the professional perspective. And so whenever we can bring those little tidbits,
you're bringing your own personality to the table, and it just makes you more more human, more someone who's not just there to facilitate, but just as there as another person, another friend, and so on. Pretty cool.
So down on Côte des Neiges, I didn't mention, there's also a big Arabic community, and there's a place called Alamin. They serve pizza, they serve shish taouk.
All right.
And,
seems like you have a spot.
Yeah.
You have a spot. So let's go to that spot. I love it when there are spots. So let's circle back. So we were talking about coaching, and I want to finish that thread because there's something else that I want to lead that towards. But with coaching, so you said that you just started it earlier this year. Tell us more about that. Like, what is it called? How does it work?
Yeah. So I called it Speak with Confidence.
Okay.
And the offer is one-on-one coaching. I offer 3 sessions to really ramp up from where that first person is. So let's say you're working on a presentation, you have a conference to give, and you need some coaching to feel more natural. So that's the focus.
Okay.
So in 3 sessions, we can do a lot. Obviously, if there's a need, we can extend it.
Yeah.
So that's one offer, and I also started another offer, which is a monthly circle called the Confidence Booster Circle.
Okay.
And that's super accessible, and invite
I remember you. Yeah, you
friends,
shared-
family,
Yeah.
whoever's interested in just dabbling with the idea of public speaking
Yeah.
in a safe environment.
Yeah.
And unlike Toastmaster, I make it a point to have people talk most of the time. So we set the context, and then we move into breakout rooms, and we split in pairs. And so people are actually practicing talking to each other, telling 2 to 3 minute stories, and getting strength-based feedback so that they feel that, wow, you know, I'm actually pretty good.
Okay.
And so they come out and feeling more confident as a result.
So when you do the breakout rooms, I guess my question is, who do you get the feedback from? Because are you in each of the breakout rooms?
No,
or-
exactly. It's more of a community style
Okay.
circle.
Sure.
And so I'm setting the ground and helping to shift potentially one mindset around public speaking at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's a little tip or story.
Yeah.
But then it's all about practice.
Okay. Interesting. And so that is much more casual. So when you're starting out, you can kind of try it out, and
Yeah.
there's no preparation really. You just-
Exactly. No preparation.
in.
You just join, and you quickly realize that you're actually pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
There's just a few things that you may need to tweak
Okay.
to improve,
Yeah.
but with that community, you feel supported.
Okay. With the other one, the more structured one, so that's more like if I have something that I'm working towards,
Exactly.
then I can get specific coaching towards.
Exactly. You need to deliver a presentation, or you're challenged with a specific audience. Just recently I spoke to someone who is a director in business development, and he
Okay.
has to pitch to CEOs. It's a high stake presentation.
Mm.
And sometimes because they're at a high hierarchy in the organization,
Yeah.
our mind tricks us to think that, wow, they're so important, and so
Right.
we freeze.
Right. Right.
And I tell a common story of a time when I was presenting, it was online. There was
Right.
150 people on the call,
Yeah.
and everything's going well.
Yeah.
Until that one guy who I know is a senior leader shows up, and immediately I start to freak out in my brain. And at the end of the presentation,
Yeah.
we have a debrief with my colleague Natalia, and she's asked me, what happened?
Yeah.
And I told her, well, the senior leader showed up.
Showed up. Yeah.
She said, you should never put people on a pedestal because they're leaders. They're just as you. And
So
especially
true.
in a room where they're there to learn from you,
Yeah.
they should be more nervous than you.
That is so true. We all do that though. Why? So what's a good tip? Like what do you tell yourself when you're in that moment? Like do you just can you prepare for that, or is that a momentary thing you switch on and like, okay, no, don't do that?
Yeah, well, you can have a different mindset around it when you're presenting. You tell yourself, well, I'm here, I'm prepared, I have valuable information to give.
Right.
And especially when it's a presentation type, you
Yeah.
have a lot of prep. You
Right.
rehearse your thing. When it's facilitation, though, it's a different style.
Yeah.
People are there with most of the time more experience than the facilitators.
Right.
Because let's say you got a group of 20 leaders.
Yeah.
With a total leadership experience of, let's say on average, 10 each,
Yeah.
which totals to 200.
Right.
That is much more experience than any facilitator has by themselves.
Mhm, yeah,
So
yeah,
they
yeah,
need
yeah.
to shift the focus to them and give them a voice so that they can benefit from the leadership experience in the room. So that differentiates the approach from facilitation to coaching. Coaching, we're more of an expert coming in with more experience, more knowledge, and we're giving an environment that's safe and providing that structured feedback so people can build on, okay, now the first piece I need to understand, what's the purpose of my presentation? Oh, I have a conference. Who's there? Why do I want to communicate this message? And so laying out that foundation to then build a logical structure around that inspirational piece, if that's the case, or
Yeah,
that
yeah.
educational piece, if that's why we're there.
Yeah. So you're building a lot more intentionality
Exactly.
into your preparation. You're very regimented about every single aspect of your presentation.
Right. People can quickly tune off if we're not prepared in thinking about who's in the room,
Right.
what do they need,
Right.
and how do I package it in a structured, engaging way. And that applies to both worlds.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just in one world, you don't have a lot of room for mistakes.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have 5 to 7 minutes. You deliver your talk and you're gone.
Yeah.
So you really need to master it and be clear on who's in the room, what do they need, and be super clear on that so that you can deliver a powerful message.
It's so how to perform in high pressure. All right, we're gonna
So
be
that's
back.
here.
We're gonna continue this thought, but right now it's pizza time. So let's. So this is. Where are we exactly?
Alamin.
So this
Right
is
here.
Alamin. All right, good food, good conversation. We were talking about, how public speaking can be like a marathon.
Yeah.
If I want to be a good public speaker, what are the things, how do I approach it?
Yeah, similarly, when we run in preparation for a marathon,
Yeah.
we're gonna turn left here.
Okay.
We want to be intentional about where we want to go
Yeah.
and build a cadence towards it.
Okay.
So in our run crew, we know that it's twice a week,
Yeah.
and we pick the distance 5K or 10K.
Yeah.
And it's easy because you're with other people.
Yeah.
So if you lack the internal intrinsic motivation to go out and run or practice by yourself recording, let's
Yeah.
say a minute video,
Right.
you can count on a community that will be there every week
Yeah.
to help you ramp up those moments where you can practice. So whether you're in a community setting, you're going to be practicing, turn right, starting with a minute, 2 minutes,
Yeah.
2 to 3 minutes. So you start to build confidence because running is natural. And actually the best analogy I can give for public speaking is for all those people who are scared of swimming.
Yeah.
Swimming is not natural. We need to learn how to swim.
Right.
I think if you put a baby in the water, they'll drown.
Yeah.
Versus you just...
You think?
Well, if you don't know how to swim, you're probably gonna drown.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in public speaking, it can feel that way when you're in water
Yeah.
and you don't know what to say
Yeah.
and you're gasping for air.
Yeah.
It's very similar to swimming when you're
It's an interesting
swimming for the
analogy,
first time and figuring out when you need to breathe.
Yeah.
So obviously it helps to build it incrementally, as you said.
Yeah.
You're not gonna start swimming a 4-kilometer part of a full Ironman, but you're gonna do potentially 1 lap, and like even a half lap could
Yeah.
be
Yeah. Yeah.
that threshold for you at this moment.
Yeah.
So even just introducing yourself and saying your name in front of others,
Yeah.
that could be a breakthrough moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
In running, we talk a lot about pacing ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, kids, when they run, they want to run fast.
Yeah.
Well, similarly, when you speak, you want to give all the information at once and oh, that's it, it's done. And so pacing ourselves, realizing that it's not a race.
Yeah.
People who are there are actually there because they want to hear us.
Yeah.
And I think this is the biggest mindset shift, is realizing that people actually care about our stories.
Yeah.
And for me, that was a big shift in finding a community where I was verbally told that we are here to support one another,
Yeah.
and as a result, build confidence.
Yeah.
In a group of friends, we're not necessarily saying this out loud.
Yeah.
And so the outcome is you don't want to speak up because if you say something wrong, you're going to be laughed at.
Yeah.
But at Toastmasters, it's quite the opposite. You're in a safe environment and you're there as equals.
Yeah.
When you're at work, the stakes are high.
Yeah.
You got a job, you got to perform, And so when you're in these safe environment like Toastmasters,
Yeah, it's much low stakes.
you can make mistakes,
Yeah,
self-correct.
yeah,
Not that you can't make mistakes at work,
yeah,
but the stakes are a little bit higher, and so
Right.
you always want to be showcasing that best side of you and perform at the highest standard,
yeah,
which can get in the way
yeah,
of actually learning something, because we know that when we're learning something new,
yeah,
it takes time. There's a learning curve.
yeah.
Yeah,
And you said, start slow, do 1% more.
sure.
What would be an example of that? Like,
Well-
what's an advice?
Well, Raj, you mentioned about not feeling always comfortable in front of the camera.
Right.
And you mentioned that a challenge is to actually pace yourself and maintain a flow without rushing.
Right.
So for you, an improvement is just slowing down,
Yeah.
taking a breath.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
People are engaging in what you're saying,
Yeah.
and if they're not, well, too bad for them. But ultimately,
Too bad for them.
you are the one who needs to be in control, because if you're suddenly out of breath,
Yeah.
that's showcasing that maybe you weren't self-aware.
Right.
So self-awareness is a big piece in speaking,
Right.
in anything really.
Yeah.
Is to be able to analyze yourself as you speak and just know what's that 1%
Yeah.
incremental improvement. Well, what's a speech? A speech is just a few 1 minute put together.
Right.
So let's say you're giving a 5 to 7 minute speech.
Right.
Well, you got a minute in intro. Great.
Yeah.
What's your intro? Maybe it's a story. Maybe it's a question.
Right.
How do you tie it in to
Yeah.
your topic?
Yeah.
All right. What's your first point? That first point in itself is a minute.
Yeah.
Great. Second point, another minute. And you're tying in with transitions
Right.
so that it all flows together and people know you're moving from one element to the other. And in conclusion, this is how everything ties in together.
So that can be like a drill. I'm a big fan of drills, by the way. As you were saying this, like, creating that 1 minute video, maybe like a drill version of that is do that every day and try to correct whatever you saw the previous day.
Yeah, exactly. That could be a self-tape
Yeah.
by yourself.
Yeah.
And you just record yourself talking about anything that comes to your mind. So
Okay.
you can use random word generators,
Yeah.
or you can use prompt generators where
Yeah.
you essentially have to answer the prompt.
Yeah.
A moment where I felt proud was,
Yeah.
and you fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
So these are ways for self-improvement,
Okay.
and obviously, like running
Yeah.
or any discipline,
Yeah.
if we're really committed in improving ourselves,
Yeah.
we're gonna have those daily disciplines in place to help us.
Yeah.
But sometimes we also need a coach to help us be more accountable.
Yeah.
So for example, those 1 minute recordings
Yeah.
could be sent to the coach instead of simply recorded and observed by yourself.
Okay.
And so the coach asks, hey, I haven't seen your video today. So this way you have accountability around sending that video in
Right.
and improving upon what you just did.
Yeah.
So first video in, great, you did 40 seconds.
Yeah.
How can we stretch it to a minute? Oh, structure. You spent too much time in conclusion.
Yeah.
How do we tidy it up together? So small things, incremental changes helps practice those muscles. But see, this is a drill.
Yeah, that's a drill, that for sure. And I think as you're saying this, like with drills, I think a big part of it is creating a habit. And so that's the other thing I'm curious about. How do you drill a habit like that
Sure.
over time?
I mean, if you're into social media and content creation,
Yeah.
you can give yourself a 30-day challenge,
Okay.
a 1-week challenge. Every day, I post my story and I talk.
Yeah.
Now, you may position it in that way. You're saying, hey community, I'm doing this challenge.
Yeah.
Follow me if you're game.
Yeah.
We're 7 days into a more confident fluid version of myself.
Right.
And so every day you're filming yourself talking. And actually I did launch a 7-day challenge
Okay.
back in March.
Okay.
If you check on my Instagram,
Yeah.
you probably can find the link
Okay.
to do
Well,
that
what was
7-day challenge.
What was the challenge about?
Well, the challenge is essentially broken down into 7
Okay.
days, starting with the first video. Who are you? Presenting yourself in a minute.
Okay.
And then every day there's a different focus.
Okay.
Today we're focusing on storytelling.
Okay.
Tell the audience a time when you felt very proud of yourself. Great.
Yeah.
You got a story.
Yeah.
So every day I put a focus on, what makes a great story,
Yeah.
or how do you introduce yourself in an impactful way.
Yeah.
There's a little tip,
Yeah.
and then you put it in practice.
Yeah.
And the biggest motivator for me was Toastmasters.
Okay.
When I commit to do a speech, let's say in a week from now,
Yeah.
I commit in front of people,
Yeah.
and now I need to honor my commitment and actually prepare.
Yeah.
It can be frightening, right? You're preparing a 4 to 6 minute speech,
Yeah.
and delivering it in front of a community,
Yeah.
and you want to deliver something that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so ultimately you realize that it's not so much about the content,
Yeah.
but where you put your attention and how you focus your attention on the audience.
Interesting.
The more you speak with the audience in mind,
Yeah.
the more the audience likes you,
Yeah.
and the more you enjoy your speech because you're getting all those positive vibes coming from your audience. So that's a big
That's a
takeaway.
really big takeaway. Yeah.
Stop thinking about yourself and boosting yourself.
Yeah.
It's about actually putting yourself a little bit down. You're not the king of the world.
Yeah.
You have flaws, and you're a human being just like them.
Yeah.
And self-depreciation really helps to get that across.
One last topic I want to talk about is where you're headed. You've honed your skills as a public speaker, and you mentioned that you're also pushing yourself, doing new things in that realm, like you're taking acting classes.
Yeah, acting classes being one,
Yeah.
and just recently also signed up for a first debut as a professional speaker. September 24th. You're welcome to join.
Yeah. Where will tell us more?
Well, Casa d'Italie in front of Jean Talon. It's gonna be 6 to 9. The event is called So You Think You Can Speak.
So you can think you can speak. Okay.
So you think you can speak, like
So
so
it's
you
like,
think
it's
you
like
can
that game
dance.
show. Okay. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we have 6 speakers lined up. I'm one of them.
Okay.
We have 5 to 7 minutes to deliver our presentation.
Yeah.
And in the audience, you get to witness not only the talk, but professional speakers judging the presenters and providing some feedback. So it's
wow.
very entertaining to watch
Yeah.
and learn also.
Yeah.
If you're into public speaking.
Just like it's a competition.
It's not really a competition because there's no winner.
Right.
But if you want to be that objective, you can definitely pick who you think spoke
Right.
the best or had.
Yeah.
Now I really reached a point where I listen to so many people
Yeah.
that right now my goal is to create. And I want to inspire people to take the leap as well and create more. Because it's when we create that we actually connect the dots.
Yeah. Well,
and leave an imprint on this world. It's
You're
not
giving
just by
back.
being
You're
a
giving back.
consumer.
Yeah.
It's great. We need to
Yeah.
fill our minds with valuable information. But at one point, we have enough information.
Yeah.
Now it's time to give back and
Yeah.
and chase that next version of us. So, for example, my next version of me is delivering a keynote
Okay.
in a professional setting.
Okay.
It's a 20-minute speech, and it's packaged in a way that delivers value specifically for that audience. It's called a conférencier, a keynote speaker.
Keynote speaker. Okay.
And I aspire to do more of that because speaking is an amazing tool
Yeah.
for visibility.
Yeah.
People love to see speakers talk
Yeah.
and share their value to the world.
Yeah.
And that's a great foot in the door to start a conversation with anyone who's interested in the topics that you're delivering.
Yeah.
And we talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
What's our mission?
Yeah.
My mission is to be seen as authentically as possible and to inspire others to do the same. To not try to be another version of themselves. Just be themselves and share what they feel is value add to the world.
Yeah. And that's when you are the most authentic. That's when you are the best at speaking as well. When you're the most authentic, when you're the most you,
Yeah.
That's when your best speaking self comes through as well.
Exactly, because you're no longer pretending.
You mentioned also from a career perspective where you want to take your coaching. So what's the end goal with that? What's the vision? How do you keep pushing yourself?
Well, the vision I have is to help speakers get to the next level. So right now I am on that journey myself.
Yeah.
And so by role modeling it, I know that other people are on that journey themselves.
Yeah.
So we're serving as role model for each other to help us propel ourselves to that next step.
Yeah.
And every step we take, we can now take a step further and become even more involved in that line of work. So
Yeah.
professional speaking being one, and actually making a living out of it is an aspiration.
You also want to coach senior leaders you mentioned, like really people who are trying to really push.
So there are different audiences. So
Okay.
here's the typical way I would break it down. You're a business professional, you are working towards the next leadership role. And so every leadership step you take involves more executive presence, more mastery of your communication skills, such as listening, paraphrasing, synthesizing.
Right.
And so it's a different skill set.
Yeah.
Now, if you're someone who wants to break out of this business professional role and become a consultant,
Right.
and actually showcase your expertise to the world,
Yeah.
now we're talking about becoming a thought leader.
Okay.
To become a thought leader, you need to build content around what you do, what's unique about your perspective, build keynote presentations, and just create content, meet people beyond podcasts. And all these steps gets you a step closer to be seen as that thought leader in that field
Okay.
that you want to be recognized.
So you're trying to
as.
become a thought leader in that space.
Yeah,
As much as
and
you
leadership
can.
communication, which is a super broad field,
Yeah.
and I'm still refining precisely what it means.
Yeah.
And to me, when I said my mission around authenticity,
Yeah.
a common theme is to inspire authentic human relations.
Okay.
And a vision for myself is people, when communicating, genuinely care about each other and listen carefully, listen with the intent of understanding. And as a result, we feel more connected and we feel like we can actually do things that are challenging to us and just stretch out a little bit outside of our comfort zone because we have that support, because people see us as we truly are. So that's the vision I have.
10 years from now, where do you want to be that
Yeah.
can tell you that, okay, I was successful in that goal?
Well, 10 years from now, definitely haven't written a book. I mean, if you're a thought leader, it involves creating content of some sort.
Yeah.
And writing books is the way to market yourself as an expert.
Okay.
You can give a book to someone, they may never read it,
Right,
but
right.
it's on their bookshelf.
Right. It's tangible, it's real.
Yeah, it's there for consumption, but it's also there to spark a change.
Right.
Because ultimately, the world I'm talking about facilitation, is all about behavior change, which is stemmed from the shift in mindset,
Yeah.
in beliefs.
Yeah.
And a book can help with that shift.
Yeah.
Planting new seeds
Yeah.
of thinking,
Yeah.
and then inviting the community to get together and to leverage whatever is shared.
Yeah.
There's so many great examples, one of them being Hal Elrod. I followed him for the last 10 years. He wrote The Miracle Morning.
Who's that again?
Hal Elrod.
Hal Elrod, okay.
Simple idea,
Right.
but transformed the lives of millions. Why? Because elevating people's consciousness can have a direct impact on their own happiness and on the happiness of those around them.
Yeah.
And the way he did it was, sure, the book,
Yeah.
but then creating a community around that movement
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Miracle Morning. Every morning,
Yeah.
you perform those habits.
Yeah.
And you talk about building habits, rituals,
Yeah.
and that's the differentiator.
Interesting. So, and also, I guess, as you were saying, like books and even community, community it reaches out to it touches a lot more people than what you could be doing, you'd be able to do as a coach directly. Like, the book will reach out to a lot more people, and also the community that you create indirectly passes on your knowledge and your expertise to more and more people. So it has a wider impact, yeah.
It's about the ripple effect it has, and people acting as ambassadors of whatever message you've put out there.
Nice.
They are performing the miracle morning
Yeah.
and inspiring other people to do that,
Yeah.
who are just starting on their journey,
Yeah.
holding people accountable to it. And that's how you scale the reach.
Well, those are huge goals. I really hope you achieve them. And I mean, this has been very inspiring. Like when you talk to someone who's already good at something and still sees so much more to be done, and the fact that you're trying to give back. Thanks for what you do. Thanks for teaching me. Thanks for teaching all of us, and anyone who listened to this and got some value out of it. I'll put more information about how to reach out to Boyan if you are inclined to. But thanks again for this chat, man. Any parting thoughts before we wrap it up?
Well, join the So You Think You Can Speak on September 24th if you're curious about learning more about the idea of becoming a professional speaker. And if you're interested in fine-tuning your public speaking skills, every month we host the Confidence Booster Circle. So you're free to join next Thursday, actually, 5 to 6, we're having a session. So love to see you there, and keep striving towards your goal. I believe in you.
That's right. Keep doing what you're doing. We all believe in you. And keep running. And I'll see you next time. Bye.